Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be a full review of the Swissotel Makkah. We came from Canada to perform our Umrah in the first week of February 2023. We went to Medina first and then came to Makkah by taxi. So the concierge, they collected our bags and we headed up to the reception by the escalator I just showed you. Once you get your room number, you let the concierge desk know the room number and they will bring your luggage up. We arrived at the reception. We found out that our booking had been cancelled. Now, the reason that happened was because when my husband booked the room, he had emailed the hotel to charge the credit card right away, but they did not. When we were on our way from Medina, my husband received an email stating that the credit card is being charged by the hotel and to approve the payment. But since we did not have data, we saw the email once we reached the hotel and it was too late by then. The booking had already been cancelled. So my advice to anyone traveling from Canada, US, or UK, like the Western countries, make sure to pay beforehand to avoid this type of issue. Now, initially, we went through a lot of stress and had to book another room on the spot, so it ended up being very expensive for us. When my husband went back to reception with the new booking, the staff member was really, really nice. So my husband had rebooked another Kaaba view room on the spot, and what happened was the hotel management actually ended up upgrading us to a premium Kaaba view room as they noticed how much extra we had to pay to book on the spot. I guess it was just a way to make up for this inconvenience, but alhamdulillah, like we ended up getting the premier room with Kaaba view. So here we are heading upstairs to our floor. Our room was on the 42nd floor. As you guys can see, we're finally here. So alhamdulillah, this is the premier room with a full Kaaba view. Since it was our first time in Makkah, we wanted to see the Kaaba in the Haram first and not from our hotel room just yet. So we asked the staff member that brought our bags up to close the blinds before we enter the room. So this room has a king-sized bed and a TV facing it, which was playing the live stream of the Kaaba. There was a big dresser which had drawers to put your stuff in. Beside that was an office desk which had a big mirror on the wall. The decor of the room is simple and elegant, and the room was very clean. They had two large closets beside the bed, which were very spacious. I will show you guys that in a bit. The live stream of the Kaaba really helped to see when the Kaaba is busy or when there's less crowd than usual. The ideal time that we found to perform Umrah was between 1 to 2 a.m. at night. You guys can check out my Umrah guide video where I share all these details about Umrah, so the link will be right up here. And the dresser that they had here was really spacious. You can see that there was a prayer mat so that you could pray. We primarily put all the kids' daily use items and baby items like diapers, wipes, formula, etc. here for easy access. They also had a comfy chair here with a small round table placed in front of the window. This is that classic place where you can enjoy the complete Kaaba view and make ibadat and do your prayers here. Now I'm going to show you guys the storage areas. The closets by the bed, they were pretty big and they had a lot of room to store your bags or hang your clothes. This closet had extra pillows and hangers. The closet right beside it, it had the ironing table or the ironing board, as well as a luggage rack where you can put your bag on top of it and open it in like a more comfortable position. As you enter the room, there's a little counter to the right where they have bottled water and like the usual coffee, tea, etc. Keep in mind that the bottled water is not Zamzam water. It is just normal mineral water. We used to fill these bottles up with Zamzam whenever we'd go to the Haram so that we could drink as much Zamzam water as possible during our time here. Of the counter, they had cabinets with extra glasses. This room also had a refrigerator, which was great because we used it to store like milk, yogurt, and other things for the kids, as well as water and drinks for ourselves. By the door of the room, they also had a large cabinet here, which contains a safe as well as these other items that they have. So they had like a laundry bag, shoe polisher. They had like a shoe horn, even a sewing kit in case you needed to sew anything. Now the safe itself, it was a good size. It was a decent size, so you could put your valuables in it like gold, money, your passports, or any important documents, etc. They also had a couple of these drawers. The room really gave like a lot of storage areas and options, which we really liked because especially with kids, they have many things that are needed daily, so you have like a lot of space to manage items. Plus, if you have a lot of bags like we did, there's room to store the bags out of the way. Now moving on to the washroom, it was nice and clean. They had a lot of amenities available. They had a hair dryer, which was great because you don't want to wear your hijab over your wet hair, They also provided these kits here where you can use after your Umrah to cut your hair. So I believe it had a scissor or a razor in it where you could, trim your hair by yourself. Another thing that was great was that they had all these non-scented products like body wash, shampoo, soap, and all of them with no fragrance so that you could avoid breaking the condition of not using perfume while you are in your ihram. Now the shower, it was a decent size and it had a handheld shower along with a seated bench, like for any elderly person that may have trouble standing. So that was really nice. One cool thing that I really liked was that behind the shower door, I found this little gadget here, and it acted like a zip line where you could attach this to a hook on the other side of the shower and basically hang your clothes here to dry in case you need to wash something quickly. Overall, we found the room to be very spacious and comfortable for our family of 4. It had enough room to fit a pack and play for my 6-month-old and comfortable fit for our toddler and us. So the hotel does provide a crib if you need, but we had brought our pack and play as I showed you guys in my previous vlogs. Now let's talk about the view, which is the absolute best part of this room. Subhanallah, look at this view. On the screen, I have shared the details of our room, and it was a panoramic view of Makkah, the Haram, and the Kaaba. Honestly, it was so worth it for this beautiful view. I pray from the bottom of my heart that Allah brings you all here to witness this beautiful sight right here. Inshallah, inshallah. Now let's head downstairs for breakfast. Breakfast is served on level P8 at the Al Ruwad restaurant. When we booked our room, we made sure to get breakfast included because it's just much more convenient, especially if you have little You guys saw, the interior of the hotel is honestly really nice, super luxurious and beautiful. They had a room of massage chairs for people to relax in, and that's awesome, especially after performing Umrah. I loved how they had lots of seating space available along the way when you're going to the restaurant. Timing for breakfast is usually from 6 to 10:30 in the morning, but on Friday and Saturday it's till 11 a.m. And as we entered the restaurant, I noticed that there was this kids corner here. It was an area designated for kids to play and do activities in. I didn't know about this beforehand, but it was very nice to see. We stayed in this hotel for 3 nights, so we had breakfast here 2 times. It was always busy, but the nice thing is the restaurant is really spacious with a lot of seating. Another thing I liked was that the seating itself was spaced out so that the tables, they were not very close to one another, giving each family privacy too. And the decor, it was absolutely beautiful and very elegant. Since we had breakfast twice here, I did get to see different options of the food that they offer. So the first morning they had things like chicken korma, these boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, chicken sausages, and potato wedges. Everything was on the milder side, which was great for the kids, and all the food tasted really yummy. Really liked the chicken curry and the sausages. I noticed that they offered something for everyone, like curries, dal, white rice. They did a great job with providing variety along with the quality. They did have a separate section for Mediterranean breakfast items, so the options were great. At the end of the buffet, there was a huge bread wall, which was really creative and it looked beautiful. They had every variety of bread out there, from like buns to pita bread to bagels. Overall, I loved the variety of food as well as the beautiful presentation. As you can see, my toddler loved the food, mashallah. I would highly recommend, if you plan to book a room in this hotel, to make sure you get the breakfast included. It's definitely worth it for the experience and the variety of options that you get. I will be sharing those details like about pricing and the rooms in a few minutes. Here I'm just showing you guys like what food items were made on our second day here. We had the usual eggs and sausages and like white rice, but some new items were keema along with this semolina or halwa type dish. Their sweet section was awesome too. As you can see, this day it was kind of like less crowded because we came early. But we loved all the different types of pastries that they had. They were amazing. They absolute one thing that we loved the most was the fruit. It was so delicious. I noticed this about Medina and Makkah. The watermelon here is incredibly sweet. My husband and I love that the most, and my husband isn't even a watermelon fan, so that says a lot. Two other cool things about the breakfast were that they had a pancake station where they made fresh pancakes for you, and it had a lot of different topping options to select from. The same concept was applied to the omelet station. They had a station where you could choose all the ingredients and they make a fresh omelet in front of you. I love this concept in our Medina hotel, and I loved it here as well. Finally, you can see the restaurant is super packed. The staff were very kind and helpful. The service was top notch. Overall, highly recommend going for their breakfast. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way. This is my complete honest review of the hotel. Alhamdulillah, Allah was kind enough to give us this amazing view for 3 days. For everyone that's watching this video, I pray that Allah accepts all your neek and jais duas and brings you here to his house. Ameen. So we traveled here in Feb of this year, 2023, and we ended up getting it pretty expensive due to buying it on the spot, as you guys saw in the beginning of the vlog. Usually the price ranges from 600 to 800 Canadian dollars per night on booking.com. It depends on the season you're traveling in, but I would recommend to book a few months in advance. It's usually a better deal then. The hotel is about 5 minutes walk to the Haram, and I hope that information helps when you're looking to book your hotel room here. So in my previous vlogs, I have shown you how to get from the Swisshotel to the Haram through the Clocktower, but there is another gate here which can take you to the Haram without going through the Clocktower. So when you come out of the regular elevators and you turn left and go all the way to the end, you'll see this door that I just showed you guys. And once you come out here, you turn left and you keep walking straight. You'll see the minars of the Haram here. Basically, just walk about 5 minutes to get to the main King Aziz gate to enter the Haram. So I'm just showing you guys a full circle of the area. Once you come out, you'll see all these different places. There are a few shops here, but again, this would be expensive because they're right there, right beside the Haram. As you're walking towards the minars, you will see people selling things like luggage bags, prayer mats, dates, etc. Also, as you're walking to your right, you will see this area. These are the washrooms if anyone needs to do wudu or anything like that. That's where the washrooms are. As you keep walking straight, you will come across this little sign that says mini market, and there's also an emergency hospital. So see how I got very close to the gate, and when you look to your left here, you're going to see a board that says mini market as well as hospital emergency. So that's just something to keep in mind in case you do need to go to the emergency, God forbid. Finally, as you reach this point, if you look to your left, you'll see the main clock tower, and so you've basically reached the Sehen area. Just like when you come out of the clock tower, you enter this Sehen. You've entered the Sehen through this walkway as well. So I hope everything that I said in this video made sense and you found this information helpful. I have shared lots of other details like how to get from the Swisshotel to the Haram through the clock tower, how to perform Umrah step-by-step details, and all our Medina journey as well on my channel. Thank you so much for all your love and support on my Umrah series so far. I appreciate all of you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this video so that it can help as many people as possible. Please remember me in your duas, and I shall see you in my next video, inshallah. Take care. Allah Hafiz.